What is going on, apes? Short sellers are massively covering their short positions today, and I do have a theory as to why AMC is starting to fall right now that I think you guys will agree with me in what I have to say. So we're going to go over the data as well as the technical analysis, and there's really not any new news that you guys would not be familiar with. So that's all we're going to cover in this video. I do recommend you guys stay through this video because there's a lot you can get out of it, and I will also be going over my opinions on what I think will happen with AMC, so I think you guys will like that. The only thing that I do ask is that you tap, tickle, touch, or smash the like button, make it turn blue, as well as comment down below and subscribe to the channel. By doing all three of those things, you help push this video out to an even bigger audience so we can get more apes on the movement, because right now is when really matters. So with all of that being said, if you guys want to support the channel as well, get my buy and sell alerts in real time. We have been killing it over there. Check it out, link down below in the description. Now, getting right into it, guys, we have a short interest change today of minus 20.88%. Return shares, so shares that were covered today, of 31.58 million. Additional shares that were sold short of 2.65 million. This is a net gain of cover of shorted shares of 28.93 million. So shorts, this is the first day that they have actually been covering more shares than they have been shorting. Well, I do believe yesterday they did, but it was a small amount. Today is a huge jump, and they did cover 31.58 million shares. Current free flow on loan 27.11%, shares on loan 138.55 million. We will have to wait for this data to update. Pretty much you could probably minus 28 million from this, so it's probably sitting at about 110 million shares that they still do have to cover. Now, the utilization, I'm not sure if the top, this part just hasn't updated yet, because I believe this is the same as what it was, but it says that 98.91%. so a lot of shares are still sold short that people are willing to sell short. So we have a lot of shorts that are covering their positions, and my simple theory about this is GameStop and AMC last time were much different. People were shorting those, naked shorting those, so they weren't really covering while hedging their position, so they had to cover really fast. Now I do think there's a lot of institutional buyers on our side, on the ape side, that are now starting to sell out, and that is what is driving a huge selling power into the stock. And then the shorts come in and buy those shares, but there's so many people trying to sell out that it kind of counteracts each other and the stock falls. So that is just my theory about it. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. We don't have any filings to prove that, but that is what I would imagine, because I don't think the apes are selling out. I think you guys are in this for the long haul at the very least, but that is the only logical answer to why shorts are covering so many shares and AMC is falling. Now, I do think AMC will be somewhat of a GameStop type situation, going from about $4 and never really going under about $150 besides a brief moment. So I do think AMC will do something like that. I don't see AMC really going under $35. I think you're going to have that baseline of support due to the gamma squeeze and now shorts covering. So I think about $35 is probably the low, but we will get into that more into the technical analysis. And as far as how high we can go, it is really up to how many people hold their shares, because if the apes start to sell out, then there will just be too much selling power on the market, and we will probably hover about that $35 mark. But we will talk about that right now in the technical analysis, and this is key, guys. We are down 5.88% right now, trending downwards at $48.35. We did break under our 50-day moving average, which is not a good sign at all. Actually, we were under this. We just popped under this yesterday, but actually broke under this towards the end of the day yesterday, popped above it for a brief second today, and then back under it. And the 50-day moving average is currently at $52. So if we can shoot back up above that, that'll be a good sign for a lot of traders. But this 200-day moving average is currently at $38.11. And I didn't even know that before I, said my $35 not really price target, but I think that's where the bottom will be, and that is pretty much where the 200-day moving average is. That's slightly under, so we could even see that bottom around $38 to $40. That wouldn't surprise me, but I'm not saying I'm bearish on AMC by any means, guys. You got to understand that I'm not bearish on AMC by any means, but I think it will resemble a GameStop-like effect, just have a higher bottom. Now, as far as how high we could go and what it is looking like right now, we do have a solid support at about the $45 mark. So if we do break this, and that's still $3 away, so if we do break this, then it could get pretty bloody down to about 40 would be the next level I would be watching. And I'm going to go ahead and mark that right now on the chart. And if we do break that, then the 200-day moving average at about $38 would be the next level I am watching. Now, if we do pop back up over the 50-day moving average, then the next level to be watching is where we topped out the other day, and that was at about $70, and I already have that marked on the chart. So I do think we will kind of be range bound until we do get that breakout and start to get a ton of momentum. Now, there was a lot of things that went into killing this, especially them halting trading once we were up 90%. If they were going to halt trading, they should have, like they normally do, at about 15% or 30%. Whenever you start to see that huge volume, they waited till it was about 100% up, and that really killed a lot of the momentum from the first couple halts they did. And there's been about 10 halts in total, so that has happened quite a lot, and that just kills the momentum. On the downside, it can help. On the upside, it just kills the momentum. Now, as far as the MACD, we just went bearish on the MACD. That is not a good sign whatsoever. That is when the CCC line, this yellow line, crosses under the blue signal line, and that just happened. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but that literally just happened within the last 15 to 20 minutes. So that is a bearish signal for any traders, and I would watch to see what does happen with this, because it is usually spot on. You can see we went bullish back here, and this was earlier in the day. This would have been a good time to put on a trade when we were at about $47, ran all the way up to about $57, $58 was the high wick on these candles, and that is where you get really, really bullish on the MACD, and now it is really up in the air if we will cross back over bullish or keep going down, go into a bearish pattern. So that is pretty much what I'm looking at. I would be keen on the MACD if I were you guys, and to see how these inflows and outflows do hold up, because we had decent inflows today. It was not bad at all, but we're starting to get a little bit of outflows right now. And if we do see something like we seen the other sell-off, these outflows were absolutely insane. I don't think that's going to happen. Like I said, I think we'll just kind of hold this range in between about $45 and $70. If we do break under that, I think $35 is our low. Now, as far as literally how high I think we could go, it really depends how everything plans out, like I said, but we still do have this solid trend line, and I do have a trend line on, right? Yeah. Trend line, you see we're kind of breaking under that right now, so that'll also not be good if we do break under this, but we do have that solid trend line. So if we bounce from here, then we're probably going back to our highs at about $77, especially if we see a lot of these shares start to be covered, because guys, we still have about 110 million shares that do need to be covered today. More or less, once this data does come in refined later in the day, I can give you guys a better representation of what is going on. And it just updated. It looks like more shares are being covered as of right now. But if you guys want the final numbers at the end of trading today, just let me know down below in the comment section. I will make about a 2-minute video like I do sometimes and let you guys know the final numbers on AMC as far as the shares that were sold short and covered today. So that's basically all I have for this video. Like I said, far as the downside, about $35, really about $45 is where we have some solid support. Then is that potential upside, I would watch the highs at about $77. Like I said, if we do break above this $57 mark, that is where we could really get some steam. Who knows what will happen? It is really a coin flip. The best thing you guys can do is hold your shares and keep buying, but I'm not a financial advisor, so don't quote me on anything I say. I could be wrong, it could be right. That's really not the goal here. This is only to analyze the situation, give you guys the technicals, and sometimes the technicals are wrong, sometimes they are right. They're only right about 70% of the time, statistically speaking. So that is going to wrap up the video. If you guys like these kind of videos, want more of these kind of videos, hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. I watch my YouTube analytics on a daily basis, as well as check out the links down below in the description for the buy and sell alerts. We've been killing it over there, as well as get up to $70 in whatever free stock that you want using the link for public. 2-minute sign up time, you get your stock instantly. You don't even have to link a bank account, and you can even use a debit card or credit card to deposit money on the platform, excuse me. But I will see you guys later. Be careful out there, apes. Until next time, take care.